Last night when I was downstairs here poking around, I thought, if I glue these pieces up, they're going to be ready to do something with tomorrow morning. Well, it's tomorrow morning, and I can do something with them. This project has taken long enough as it is, no use prolonging all the little aspects of it. I knew that it was going to take a long time when I started it. In fact, I think I alluded to that. Anyway, it's almost winter here in Winnipeg, and we got a long ways to go. I'd like to have it done by Christmas. Now, we had heavy frost here last night here in Winnipeg. And so occasionally you're going to hear my furnace running in the background. Now these screws, I have a few of these, so I'm going to use these. I don't have any just the right length, so obviously I'm going to have to shorten it, because the other one's going to come in from the other side. And I don't want to have to drill 2 holes, that'd be silly. And yeah, and then what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to have a washer, just to give it a little extra strength. And I should be able to tighten this in really nice and tight here. I don't think it'll break apart. There will be a certain amount of twisting action on these, and if I don't use the screws, I can envision the glue letting go. Usually my caliper is just a smidgen too small. This time it just made it for a change. Anyway, we got 151, almost 152 millimeters. Okay, so 76 millimeters from here to here should be exactly halfway. That shouldn't be rocket science. I'm not going to be able to do this close anyway here. There we go, that's pretty well half. So, naturally I'm going to allow for a little bit of a mistake here. I'll make it a little shorter than halfway. I'll make it right there. So if I make them all that long, that should be okay. Alright, now so I don't get them all mixed up, I'll just make a little mark on this one. And that will be the pattern. And there's probably a better way to do this, but no, it's better it's slightly too short than too long. Now with the magnet stuck on the end there, it's not going to go flying across the room, or worse yet, into my eye. I'm just going to test that, make sure it's right. Yeah, if I don't make them any longer than that, that'll be okay. Now, I don't like to be misleading in my videos. And I was showing you how I was capturing this on the end of the magnet. That actually only worked that one time. The next time, it went flipping off and landed over on the table saw here. Anyway, I found that one. But the next one, it went flipping across the room over there, somewhere underneath my model ship cabinet. And I'll probably find it next time I move something. So I thought, heck with this. I'm just going to go back and do it the way I normally do it. And the way I normally do it, unless I'm mugging for the camera and trying to look all fancy, I take and I put the nail or whatever it is in here like this. And I put these 2 fingers on this side and a couple of fingers on this side, and I snip it off. My finger's not anywhere near the cutter. I'm not going to cut myself. And it's not going to go flying across the room. Anyway, I thought I'd just clear that up. My conscience would bother me. Now, just in case you're worried that it might be sitting someplace where it's going to cause a big problem, I did find it. It was right in the middle of the floor. It was so obvious I couldn't see it. I found it. It was under the tripod. Now, you will notice on this plywood, wherever I've gotten the CA glue on it, it's darkened the wood. Well, I'm hoping that if I was to use polyurethane clear, it would, sort of blend in. This whole thing will be darker. It'll have sort of a nice woody look to it. However, the frame, yesterday, again, one of the viewers suggested green. Now, I'd been thinking about green actually, because I've got, this thing's probably about half full. And like I say, I want to use up what I got. So it'll be this green right here. In other words, like a lot of the stuff that you see in the workshop. Same paint. I've also got some yellow. Now, I'm not going to do this, but what if I was to paint the wheels yellow and the frame green? What does that remind you of? It reminds you of a farm implement in a farmer's yard who was big on John Deere stuff. You know, John Deere stuff, it used to be green and yellow. And my grandfather had an old John Deere Model D, and that's the way it was. It was green with yellow wheels. And so was all their farm equipment. The wheels were yellow and the frames were green. And this clock, like a lot of that farm equipment, you look at it, you have no clue what you're looking at until you see it being dragged down the field behind the tractor. Then you can sort of see, oh yeah, now I can see it. Well, this clock's a lot like that. You can't really figure it out, but once you see it all together and up and running, then it'll sort of make sense. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen, but it'll make sense. Anyway, I was going to try these screws in the holes here. Then I realized, well, I'm going to want to take them out because I'm not going to want to be painting over the washers and everything with green paint. So if I take them out, and then when I go to put them back in later, there's a slim chance, but there's a chance that I'll cross-thread it. And once you cross-thread wood, it loses almost all of its strength because it sort of chews up the original threads inside the wood. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm not going to put them in. I'll put them in after I get it painted. And I'm just going to sand some of the rough edges here just a little bit. And that's what I'll be doing later this afternoon. Get these 4 pieces painted, at least with one coat. And yeah, thanks for watching.